This is House of Chatter, and this is Emmy. This is going to be a very short live because I still haven't gone to bed yet. But I was just thinking about a collaboration with another content creator on here. She's pretty well known, and she's also been subpoenaed. And I was thinking about some questions to ask her whenever we are able to schedule a live together. And I wanted to ask her, why did she think that she was subpoenaed, but the content creator that was not subpoenaed, or the content producer that was in Blake Lively's initial disclosures, second disclosures, third disclosures, why wasn't she subpoenaed? And my question was going to be, why do you think that is? And do you feel victimized? Do you feel like it was an effort to silence you or whatever? And then I got to thinking, why would Blake Lively, if she believed that there was a smear campaign going on, and if she knew she was possibly going to go after content creators because she said that these content creators were part of the smear campaign, whether it was bots or 20,000 people on a computer doing the same thing, whatever the system was that she think facilitated the smear campaign, she had 107 chances to subpoena Jenna Redfield. And if you haven't seen that video, check it out because she is in the disclosures. Blake Lively does mention her in the lawsuit. Wayfair was monitoring her, we think, as evidence in the lawsuit and what they're saying in text messages. We know that Wayfair is monitoring social media anyways throughout this lawsuit. So Blake Lively had 107 chances to subpoena the one content creator, content producer, whatever you call her, but she didn't. Why? Well, I was thinking about it, and it's like the Isabella Ferrer thing, right? If Blake Lively subpoenaed Jenna Redfield, she would probably have to give up that one DM that said that she received information that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were working on a lawsuit. They were working on it. They're getting ready. So if that's true, she would have to produce that one DM, which means that she could be subpoenaed, right? And once Wayfair gets that one DM, all they would have to do is compare it to Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds or Leslie Sloane. But who would plant that distinctive SH allegations? Because she said that she received information similar to the lawsuit. And at the time, Leslie Sloane was only pushing, what was she pushing? The feminine edit point, right? At least from like August 8 all the way up until what? December? Sorry about the sound, I'm pacing. But you could see in some of the text messages between Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan, you see that one text message from Melissa saying, I don't think she wanted to do it. Which means someone pushed Leslie Sloane at that time to put out these articles that were not true, and Leslie Sloane didn't want to do it. So we know that, yes, there was that text message of SH between her and James Fatuska. whether it was SA versus SH, there was a storyline there, but that came a little bit later, didn't it? And I need to delve into that. So then who is the one that started it? And who is the one that reached out to Jenna Redfield? We know that Wayfair reached out to some social media influencers. I don't think they're YouTube solely influencers. It was a person they were already, I think, previously working with. But that was totally different. That was in defense of themselves, right? That was in January. That was in defense of themselves. This wasn't prior to the lawsuit. But all I'm saying is they didn't subpoena Jenna Redfield because they probably would have been found out. So in my theory, and this is just my opinion and my theory, it's possible that maybe Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds reached out to Jenna Redfield and seeded and planted those stories, but no journalist would take it because they couldn't verify it. Because at the time, there was all this support for Justin, even from his own set. And what's curious is that Ryan Reynolds, I believe it's Ryan Reynolds, when I was looking through the timeline and trying to, catalog everything and correspond to dates and timelines and maybe some context and some background, maybe Ryan Reynolds was reaching out on TikTok at that time. And maybe that's what some of the text messages are that he wants sealed, because there's a couple of text messages from August. And it does say August 7 to 8. Who's she talking to? Hi, is it Charlotte? Hi, little cool kid. You're a big fan. Can I take a picture of that? So yeah, who is Jenna Redfield talking about or talking to? It's just very interesting that 107 content creators who weren't mentioned in initial disclosures were subpoenaed. Do you know what I mean? And even, my phone's gonna die, I need to plug it in. But even Blake Lively said that she knew similar information as her own family. Why would a content creator know similar information than Blake Lively's family members? Why are they equal in that information sharing? So we know that the content creator didn't reach out to Leslie. So it probably wasn't Leslie, right? Because Leslie would have to contact her and tell her all of the details on the set. And at the time, details like that weren't necessarily coming out, I believe. So then let's eliminate Leslie Sloane because she didn't want to do something. Let's just give her a bone. And this is a hypothesis, alleged. It probably never happened, but if my theory is true, then I'm going to take credit, just like I think my other theory is true about the intimate scene. Check those videos out. But anyways, so then that leaves Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And for context, I'll refer to Not Actually Golden's video when she had a theory about Ryan Reynolds being the one to silence her content, because she's never had anybody else silence, or she's never had any other topic being silenced, and it was only selective videos. She did a video on it. Maybe I'll do a video on this. I don't know. Well, probably I should. But if that's true, then that means that Ryan Reynolds has been meddling in TikTok. He's in marketing. So he has a pulse on social media because he's in marketing. In fact, he's the chief creative officer at Mountain. So what do you do in marketing? You search socials because that is a new advertising realm right now. It's not television, it's not cable, it is social media. And I'm telling you this. I market real estate on social media. I've marketed my plants on social media. I have figured out how to talk to someone in a group, total stranger, and flip a plant, flip a fairy garden. So it's not unusual. It would not be unusual for Ryan Reynolds to look at the social media market. And if Ryan Reynolds can contact agents, what's to say that he cannot contact individual creators? So, in the great unsealing of things, could we, would we, might we see a DM from the Ryan Reynolds subpoena? Because I'm going to hypothesize that Blake Lively does not do social media. I don't think she does social media. I do think Ryan Reynolds does social media, and he needs to do social media to be good at his job as a chief creative officer at Mountain, because Mountain is straight marketing. So let me do I'll do this. I'll do an expanded video. I'll talk about my theory. If I can, I'll talk to the content creator about this, and maybe we can get another legal opinion. We could shoot for that. But I find it highly suspicious that Jenna Redfield was never subpoenaed. I think she was never subpoenaed. Let me put it that way. Why do I think she was never subpoenaed? One, she didn't have anything in the motion for summary judgment that referred to a deposition or a declaration. But there is included other declarations like I want to say bodybuilder. He's not a bodybuilder. He was a personal trainer. They had a declaration from him. Oh, Australia. I love Australia. Please kidnap me and take me there. Oh, Isla, you have a beautiful name. Beautiful name. And then I lost my train of thought because now my head is in Australia. Love the Sydney Opera House, by the way. Loved it. I didn't get to go in. It was too expensive to buy a ticket, but I did take pictures outside of it. And oh my God, just kidnap me. So yeah. Jenna Redfield was in disclosures with the equal information that she had as her other family members, including Ryan Reynolds' family members. And if they would have subpoenaed Jenna Redfield, we might have seen stuff in the motion for summary judgment, either a declaration or a deposition, or her name listed in that. Well, it is. The video is listed, but not a declaration or a subpoena. It's just a video referencing her is what's listed. I don't think she's listed in the opposition from Blake Lively's camp. I'll have to look at the video because I've included all of the stuff that I could find on Jenna Redfield. I included it in the video, and I read off all of the court docs. But just to give us all context and transparency. So if I'm wrong, let me know and I'll fix whatever. But she wasn't deposed. We don't see it. She wasn't declared because we don't see that either. She didn't challenge a subpoena because we didn't see a quash motion, though there was I believe there was 2 quash motions that were under seal or John Doe's, I think. One was Cassidy because she talked about it on her channel. So maybe there is a possibility that Jenna did move for quash, but knowing Blake Lively, she would have gone after them anyways, knowing that they don't have information. Just like what she did with Perez Hilton and Popcorn Planet. But we know that, and you're going to have to check out my other videos, and maybe I'll do an updated video on Perez, but I guesstimate that Perez got his video from Wayfair when he was talking about the unedited dance scene. And I'll redo my video with court docs and stuff like that. Hi, Just Khaleesi. I really intended to. I love the popcorn and soda. So that's my theory. Of course, you guys know I'll do a longer video on this. I'm still working on the Isabella Ferrer and Young Atlas couple thing. So I'll be bringing you that. I also have to catch up on Sony, timeline. So I have a lot of stuff coming up for you guys. I'm working hard for you guys to bring you the good juicy bits. But yeah, so let me know. And I'm hoping to do a collaboration with one of the content creators that was subpoenaed. I hope to do that this week. If not, I'll keep you updated. Also, I know I told you guys that I was going to do a debate with, or I was planning on doing a debate with Julie from Julie of the Recap. We had agreed on topics. We had agreed on rules. Like, we're both going to be respectful, and we use the docket and other public information to debate each other. So I make a statement and then I back it up with my court documents and my news articles, kind of like what I've been trying to do on this channel. So she agreed to that. And then it was a little time passed. And then I was like, hey, do you want to like set a date? And I got nothing. I got crickets. So then I reached out again and I got crickets again. I'm not sure if she's upset with me. I did leave a couple of comments on a video saying that I disagreed with her. And I just never heard anything back. So, you know, I would love to like debate someone who sees opposite of me, maybe prove me wrong and open up my mind to see what they're thinking and how they can rationalize things. Free crickets, nice. That should be some merch. You want to debate with court docs? Crickets. I like that. The silence says it all. Well, you know, you guys, I like to put little pieces of situations together because we all know that there's one side, there's another side, and then there's the truth, right? So there's 3 sides of the story. And the only way that you're going to get to the truth is if you see both sides. And I wanted to see all of the sides. So that's just how my brain works. I'm weird like that. Well, you know me. I'm weird like that. But anyways, let me know what you think. Check out the Jenna Redfield video if you haven't. It's up. It's fixed. So you can see all of the documents. And we go through it. Watch all the way until the end. And then there's the TikTok videos. But as you can see in my video, she was disclosed in the initial disclosures. She was included in Blake Lively's lawsuit. Oh, thanks, Khaleesi. Well, you know me, Khaleesi. I got stuck in speech and debate class because my mom tricked me. And I could never get out of it. But I'm going to try to head to bed We did an overnight food delivery thing just for fun because the boys always want to do road trips. So you might as well make a little bit extra cash. So we did pretty good. So I'm going to head to bed. I'll work on the Sony stuff. And if you guys want this to take priority, just leave a comment. And then I'll kind of like update things in shorter form for you guys, and give you my theory. I'll keep you updated about the content creator. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks, house guests. Bye.